Hello everyone, welcome to PS Edu World. Today we will be discussing second part of the lecture, response and physical coordination in animals, nervous system. So let's get started. So what are the components of the nervous system? The nervous system is made up of two major types of cells known as neurons and neuroglia. Neurons are the basic structural and functional unit of the nervous system. They are readily excitable electrically to transmit and pass information inside the bodies of animals, and this signaling or the signal passing is carried out through both electrical and chemical means. Neuroglia is commonly known as glial cells or sometimes as glia, and these are non-neuronal cells. What are glial cells and what do they do? Neuroglia or glial cells are non-neuronal cells. They support and protect the neurons. They provide mechanical as well as structural support to the neurons. Whereas neurons are the basic structural and functional unit of the nervous system. They receive and transmit nerve impulses. So there are two types of cells in higher vertebrates, nervous cells, nerve cells. One is neuroglia and the other is neuron. These neurons have dendrons, axons, and they also form synapses. On the other hand, neuroglia, they do not form synapses. Neurons are not capable of differentiating and multiplying in a mature nervous system, but neuroglia can multiply themselves. And these neuroglia or the glial cells, they are generally smaller than neurons and they are more in number. They are more numerous than nerve cells in the brain. And this glia term, it comes from the Greek word meaning glue. So these are the basic differences between neurons and neuroglia. I'll come to this later on. I'll provide a table of differences. And there are 6 types of neuroglia or glial cells in our nervous system. Neuroglia in the central nervous system include astrocytes, oligodendrocytes, microglial cells and ependymal cells. And Schwann cells and satellite cells are the neuroglia in the peripheral nervous system. These are the 6 different types of neuroglia which are found in the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system respectively. So what are neurons? Neurons, also known as nerve cells, are the building blocks of the nervous system. They receive and transmit signals to different parts of the body. They are found in brain, spinal cord, in peripheral nerves, and they are the structural and functional unit of the nervous system. A neuron, it varies in shape and size depending upon its location and function. So the main function of the neurons are that they are the cells within the nervous system that transmit information to other nerve cells, muscles or gland cells. And most neurons have a cell body, an axon and dendrites. These are the 3 things that are common in all neurons. Now let us understand the structure and function of different parts of neurons. Neurons, they vary in shape, size, structure depending on their role and location. However, 3 main parts of neuron are cell body, axon and dendrites. Here I have provided a label diagram of the neuron, and I will be explaining every part of neuron in detail. Kindly follow the diagram and relate it with what I am trying to say. So, what is cell body? Cell body, also known as soma, is the neuron's core, means the center, core. It is the main portion of the cell. It contains the nucleus. Nucleus controls the entire neuron. It contains specialized organelles like Golgi apparatus, endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, ribosome, etc. Cell body contains genetic information. It organizes and keeps the cell functional. Now this cell body, it is enclosed by a membrane called the cell membrane. This cell membrane protects the cell and allows it to interact with its surroundings. Now coming to dendrites. Most neurons have multiple dendrites. Dendrites are like fibrous roots that branch out or extend outward from the cell body. Like antenna, they receive signals from other neurons. Now coming to axon. Neurons generally have one single main axon. Axon refers to that to that part of the neuron rather, which transfers signals to other cells and organs. They conduct a particular type of electric impulse, which is known as action potential, and this is conducted outward away from the cell body. It is a long tail-like structure which joins the cell body at a specialized junction called axon hillock, which generates impulse in the neuron. And these axons are insulated with a fatty substance called myelin. Myelin helps axons to conduct electrical signals. Now coming to myelin sheath and Schwann cells. Axons are wrapped in myelin sheath. They increase the speed of signal, this myelin sheath. Schwann cells, they supply myelin for peripheral nervous system. That is, they produce myelin sheath, okay. And oligodendrocytes, they myelinate the cells of central nervous system. These Schwann cells, oligodendrocytes, these are different types of glial cells. I have mentioned this before. So what is a myelin? Myelin is a complex material formed of protein and phospholipid. Phospholipid means fat. Now coming to node of Ranvier. Node of Ranvier are gaps that occur at regular intervals in the myelin sheath between adjacent Schwann cells. They allow nerve impulse to move along the neuron, that is, they allow diffusion of ions. Okay. Now coming to the last one, axon terminal. Axon terminal refers to the axon endings. They are mainly club shaped and they make synaptic contacts with other nerve cells. That is, they form junctions with other cells. Types of neurons. There are three major classes of neurons: sensory neurons, interneurons, motor neurons. What are sensory neurons? Neurons that carry sensory impulse from sensory organs to the central nervous system are known as sensory neurons. That is, these run from the various types of stimulus receptors like touch, odor, taste, sound, vision to the central nervous system, that is the brain and spinal cord. Interneurons. These are found exclusively within the spinal cord and brain. They are stimulated by signals reaching them from sensory neurons or other interneurons or both. Interneurons are also called association neurons. And the third type of neuron is motor neuron. A neuron that carries motor impulses from the central nervous system to specific effectors is known as motor neurons. In other words, these transmit impulses from the central nervous system to the muscles and glands that carry out the response. So, what are the basic differences between neuron and neuroglia or glial cells? Neurons are the specialized cells of the nervous system receiving and transmitting chemical or electric signals. Glial cells are cells that surround neurons, providing support and insulating them. Neurons are structural and functional unit of the nervous system. Glial cells are non-neuronal cells of the nervous system. Neurons are responsible for the transmission of nerve impulses between central nervous system and body. Whereas glial cells, they maintain homeostasis, providing support and protection to the neurons. What is meant by homeostasis? Homeostasis is an organism's process of maintaining a stable internal environment suitable for sustaining life. It is a regulatory procedure. In human body, homeostatic processes regulate ratio of water and minerals, body temperature, chemical levels, etc. So, glial cells maintain homeostasis. The neurons, they directly take part in the signal transduction. Glial cells increase the transduction speed by myelination of axons. Then there are three types of neurons: sensory neurons, motor neurons, interneurons. I have explained this in detail. And there are 6 different types of glial cells: oligodendrocytes, astrocytes, ependymal cells, microglia, Schwann cells and satellite cells. Out of these, Schwann cells and satellite cells are the neuroglia in the peripheral nervous system, rest are in the central nervous system. So, part 2 of our lecture ends here. Hope you have liked the video. If you have any doubt regarding this lecture, then please do let me know in the comment section below. And stay tuned as we will be uploading part 3 of this lecture very soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye.